What you're about to see is a set of clues that will lead you to the origin story and the grave of Robert Parker, alias Buch Cassidy. I've recorded a song based on the 1999 hit Everybody's Free to Wear Sunscreen, or more commonly known as the Sunscreen Song. We've been working on the story a long time, and we feel like it's the right time to share these details with you so that you can decide for yourself whether the evidence supports the story or not. I'm David Nickel, by the way, and you're watching Gunslinger's Shadow, but what you need to know right now is that every clue you need to find this story on your own is in this video, and here's where we need your help. We want as many people as possible to see this video and look up the research for themselves. Smash that like button down below, and if you're new here, subscribe so you don't miss a thing. And without further ado, here is Everybody's Free to Be an Outlaw, the Dynamite song. Ladies and gentlemen of the class of 1900, don't boil dynamite. If I could offer you only one tip for the future, not boiling dynamite would be it. The long-term consequences of boiling dynamite have been proved throughout history, whereas the rest of my advice has no basis more reliable than my own outlaw experience. I will dispense this advice now. Enjoy the power and beauty of the West. Or never mind, you will not understand the power and beauty of the West until it has faded. But trust me, in a few short years you'll look back at wanted posters of yourself and recall in a way you can't grasp now how much possibility lay before you and how guilty you really looked. You will not live as long as you imagine. Don't worry about the future, or worry, but know that worrying is as effective as trying to break out of a prison cell using a wooden spoon. The real troubles in your life are apt to be things that never crossed your worried mind, the kind that blow up behind you at 11 a.m. on some idle Tuesday. Steal one thing every day that scares you. Ride. Don't be reckless with other people's stolen money. Don't put up with people who like to take yours. Scream. Don't waste your time on farming. Sometimes you're ahead, sometimes you're behind. The race is long, and in the end, it's just easier to steal. Remember the lawmen you meet. Forget the women. If you succeed in doing this, tell me how. Keep your old love letters. Throw away the burned banknotes. Stretch. Don't feel guilty if you never decide to do anything useful with your life. The most interesting people I know robbed banks at 22 and continued thievery for the rest of their lives. Some of the most interesting 40-year-olds I knew did too. Buy plenty of ammunition. Be kind to your knees. I lost one of mine in the end. Maybe you'll marry, but you probably won't. Maybe you'll have children, but you probably won't. Maybe you'll die at 32. Maybe you'll become the most famous outlaw in American history. But whatever you do, don't congratulate yourself too much or berate yourself either. Your story is going to be written by other people anyway. So is everybody else's. Enjoy your alias. Change it every chance you get. Don't be afraid of using it or what other people think of it. It's the greatest instrument you'll ever own. Ride. Even if you have nowhere to do it with the Outlaw Trail. Read the newspapers and look for coded messages. Do not read Pinkerton posters, they will only make you feel guilty. Get to know your parents. You never know when you'll be gone for good. Be nice to your siblings. They are your best link to your past and the people most likely to tell your story in the future. Understand that friends come and go, but for the precious few that die a few days before you and are buried next to you in a tapered coffin. Work hard to bridge the gaps in geography and escape routes, because the more crimes you commit, the more distance you'll need between your gang and the posse behind you. Live in Sherman Hill, Wyoming once, but leave before it makes you hard. Live in Beaver, Utah once, but leave before it makes you soft. Don't ask for your gun. Nurse Burke on 6th Street doesn't own one, and she wouldn't give it to you anyway. Accept certain inalienable truths. Friends will go to jail, cattle barons will philander, you too will die. And when you do, many will fantasize that when you were young, you avoided capture, stole from the rich, and escaped to South America. Respect the McCartys. Don't expect anyone else to bail you out of jail. Maybe you'll get a governor's pardon. Maybe your dad will stop by. But you never know when your own railroad track might run out on you. Don't take too many pictures of yourself, or by the time you're 40, you'll look a little like William T. Phillips. Be careful whose advice you buy, especially Union Pacific foremen. Telling outlaw stories is a form of nostalgia. Doing it is a way of fishing the past from the disposal, wiping it off, painting over the ugly parts, and recycling it for more than it's worth. But trust me on the Dynamite.